Okay, so I'm back. Here's going to be the story. I'm going to try to keep this story pretty quick. Anyway, the night I posted on YouTube about picking up the two girls from Slovakia. They were bad as both of them were. They weren't bad as fuck, but they were bad. I would show the pictures, but I've been advised not to do that because people can like go back and find the girl. Some maybe take a snapshot of it and go, image search the girl or something like that. Because I've never been the type to take pictures with bitches. I think I mentioned that before, either on here or my Patreon. Like I've never been the type to take pictures with bitches because I always keep like the women I have sex with separate from like my regular life. So like you're not gonna see me posting on Instagram. You will never see me posting a picture with a woman. And I actually got in a conversation with a friend of mine about this before I picked up those two girls, and he had to leave early that night. So shout out to you, man, if you're watching this. Like even back home, like my father's only seen two women. He's only actually seen my father had never even met my wife, my ex-wife. My own father's only seen, I think, maybe two girls who I've actually been with. And the only reason he found out about one was because like it was a family member's girlfriend's sister. So he had to end up seeing her. Like I've never been the type to mingle my friends and family with who I'm having sex with. Like now, like I said, people have caught me in public say like, "Who was that girl you was walking with last Tuesday? Like I seen you walking with that bag." Like that. That's how my life has always been. Anyway, so I get two girls. I get to talking to them. Two things happen. First thing they told me they were 30 and 34, right? So I'm immediately like, no. Like oh yeah, because they was two girls working in a restaurant waiting tables and shit, and I thought they was like 22, 23. They get to talk because they spoke Slovakian, which if you know Slovakian and Czech and like I think even Polish, they all can sound like they all can communicate with each other. It's not the same language, but they all can communicate. It's like a weird thing. So yeah, so I can speak my shitty Czech mixed with English, and they can and their Slovakian can we can meet together in Slovakian and in English type of thing. So we got to talk and come to find out they're 30 and 34. We exchange like all contact information, Facebook, Instagram. I'm looking at their pictures, right? And what do I say in my older videos? When women start traveling, that's another red flag. Okay, first off, they end up being 30 and 34, which they don't look it. Second off, I'm looking through their Instagrams and Facebooks, and they're traveling. Okay, so these bitches have no education. They have no education. They look good, and they traveling. How do you think they're funding the traveling trips? You see what I'm saying? They're sucking dick to fund the traveling trips. And like I just hit this whole like mental stage, and I just bounced on it. I told them I'd be back. I text, but I never text women, so I'm probably never gonna text them again. So I bounced on them hoes. Then the next day, shout out to Lorenzo if you're watching this shit, because I bought a car yesterday. A little Mazda, a little, just it's nothing super nice, but it's not a piece of shit. It's a nice little Mazda 3. I bought it from a guy. We got to talking, and he ended up, he told me we ended up communicating about Rollo Tomasi and shit. So we ended up talking about women and dating and shit like that. So I bought the car from him. So man, and it took fucking like hours. Like it took a long time to get all this shit solved and figured out. But anyway. By the time we get to like the Czech version of the DMV or whatever, BMV, whatever the fuck, wherever you go to switch over the title, by the time we get to the Czech version, we get up to the fucking counter. The receptionist tells me, oh, like your residency was expired last year, which is completely bullshit because my residency, there's nothing. I have my residency right here. There's nothing in here. This is the residency. There is nothing in here that says anything. The only expiration date is here, and it says 9/3/2022. And I got it on, I don't know if you can see that, in September 2017. It said, oh, in the system, it says it expired in 2019, so we can't put the car in your name. Like, get the fuck out of here. So now I got to go to foreign police, see where they fucked up, because there is nothing in here with an expiration date of 2019 in it at all. Like nowhere. There is nothing in this entire booklet that has 2019 anywhere. So I'm fucking pissed about that shit, man. So yeah, that's the story like in a nutshell pretty much. Again, shout out to Lorenzo, the guy I bought the car from. So anyway, I'm gonna make this video pretty quick, man, because I still got a bunch of work to do for school, for classes I'm taking now to become certified in California to recommend medication. I'm in a fucking doctorate's level course for this shit, and yeah, I'm gonna get my doctorates, but I just wasn't trying to do it right now. But anyway, this is another Beta Olympics video. Oh, and guess what? Like it always is. Let me shrink this window down. Like it always is. It's always a reject woman who. She's obviously a reject woman. Okay, you in most cases they're 30 and up, and they're still trying to present themselves as the prize, without going into any reasoning as to why they ended up 30 and still alone. You see, this girl you see on your screen right now. She's not a horrible girl, but you also have to remember that they definitely dolled her up to be on television, so she doesn't look like this all the time. And just watch the entitlement in her as how she views the dating market. You see, with Steve, what you need to do, you need to bring on women and bring on what you can't do is because most of your audience is women. That's who's funding you. I get it, but for men, have these dating shows where they interrogate the woman. Like, why are you 30 years old and single? Why did men continuously pass you up since you were 17 years old? If you're such a great, wonderful woman, you're such a great catch who has standards and requirements, then why did every man who fit these requirements either not approach you or not deal with you too long? Do the math. You're 30 years old and you're alone. And not only that, this woman, if she's so great of a catch, why does she have to go on national television, fill out an application, and have a popular man go find 15 betas to come compete for her? If she's so great of a catch, why does she have to do this? You see what I'm saying? Like, ask men, ask yourself, and I go on. This is probably like the 10th time I've said it because in my Patreon videos I'm following the labor of love, and I keep breaking down these beta house situations, the beta Olympics situations. So anyway, we're gonna start this video.
How often do you hear bad pickup lines?
Oh gosh, every day.
Oh, let me rewind because I don't know if you guys can hear that shit.
How often do you hear bad pickup lines?
Oh gosh, every day.
Every day.
Every day. Every day, men are coming up to you and approach. You're 30 years old. Every day. Every day, guys are approaching you since 16, 17 with pickup lines or what have you. And out of the guys who approached you and the guys that you actually approached, why did none of these men stay around you for the last over a decade? Something's wrong with you, baby. That's what it is, Zara. That's what it is. Something's wrong with you. Okay, I don't need to go sign up to Steve Harvey to go find me some girls. All right, I don't need to go sign up to Dr. Phil or whoever the fuck may do it. I don't have to go sign up to go find a spouse. All right, I just walk around and just be me. But see, that's what I'm saying. There is something in depth wrong with this woman. See, you look past what she looks like. Like, look at the reality of her situation.
It's bad out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, where have all the good men gone? It's bad out there. Where have all the good men gone? Meaning, AKA, I'm such a piece of shit that the men I want don't want me. So all I can see is the bad men out there. It's bad out there. She's a piece of fucking trash. It's what it is, man.
All right, so let's meet the contenders. Here's
The contenders. The beta boxing contenders. That's what I'm named this. She's in a boxing ring competing for one wall approaching thought.
Fellas, for the first round. You're at a crowded bar. You've been eyeing Zara all night. Suddenly you find yourself standing next to her trying to order a drink. You tap her on the shoulder and you say, fat ass. Okay? Let the battle be.
You want to know the best thing? Okay, just in that scenario. Okay, let's say that happened. In that scenario, the best thing you do is you just kind of look at her and say, I'm thirsty. And don't say nothing else. For like, and then if she responds back, she might respond. Like a lot of times, woman's instinct will kick in and she wants to please you. So she'll say, well, what happened? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. You see, you don't, that punchline shit. See, those punchlines or whatever, the pickup lines, that shit is for men who are not comfortable with themselves. So they have to, like, they have to rely on a script to get a woman. You see what I'm saying? And these guys are filled with them. Watch them. They're filled with them. Because they're betas.
You're first.
Excuse me, I actually got a bone to pick with you. Ever since I walked in here tonight.
See, now you have to, okay, first off, before we get too deep into it, you have to remember, see, the context, see, with the woman, it's all about context. You see, just because, okay, for the simple fact that these men showed up for something like this, she will never respect any of these men. She will never truly respect them. She may grow to kind of like one. She may get one pussy from time to time, but because the context, these men have already demoralized and dehumanized themselves by showing up in a pack, knowing they're going to compete for one woman. So that automatically put woman's brain in ego overdrive. And the man, this woman can never respect any of these men, period. Now, had they approached her in different, solo in the world, maybe she could have respected them. But in this scenario, like labor of love, women's brains do not handle power well. They can't. Their brains do not. Women don't even vote for other women to be president. Women won't even hire a woman electrician. Women will not hire a woman plumber, a female plumber. You see, woman does not want that equality of power. They want a man to come in and just be the knowledgeable one. Every time. It's just how they're wired.
My heart hasn't stopped fluttering, and it's all your fault.
That's so sweet.
Thank you.
Hey, good job.
I like that.
This is
So I'm here to confiscate your license.
See, everything about his body language says, I don't know how to fuck right. He's not comfortable with himself. See, all that, what the fuck is all... Now, if you was, like, just dancing kind of stupid, you know what I'm saying? That I can see that. But, like, all this, like, see, that pickup line shit, he's not comfortable with himself, man.
Well, I'm here to confiscate your license.
And all that says is, I'm insecure, I don't know how to fuck, I'm lame, you're going to end up having to take care of me. And the look in her eye, she knows it.
Ever since I parked my car, you've been driving me crazy.
Aggressive.
Look at Steve. Yeah, Steve knows it too. Steve knows exactly what he just seen. Both of them know it.
Good job. Okay.
This is the Beta Olympics.
All right, pick a number between 1 and 1 million.
11.
All right, you win. I guess I'm taking you out tomorrow night.
See, okay, now I'll be real with you. That wasn't too bad, but where he fucked up was like, see, I guess I'm taking you out tomorrow night. See that I guess. See that I guess. You see, as a man, you have to know what you're doing. You have to have a fucking plan. You have to state. You have or you have to say it in the form of, okay, I'm doing this. You can come along. Okay, this whole shit, I guess I'm taking you out. I don't really know. It's still up to you to say yes. See that shit? No. Okay. You got to say some shit as if, like, okay, you always have to be the leader when you deal with women, man. You always have to have a plan, have something to say. You know what I'm saying? You always have to know what you're going to do. And they can come along if they like to come along, then it's cool. But if not, like, you don't do this fucking I guess shit for her. No. That's why he laughing. See, no matter how pretty they look, whether it's the one on the left, the one in the middle, or the one on the right, all of them want to be led. You see what I'm saying? None of them want some old I guess. You see, don't nobody want this, limp-wristed shit. I guess we can go. See, that you have that indecisive. One of the biggest problems I hear from women, because I have women I work with too, and the biggest problems I hear with women in dating is the man didn't have his own personality, and the man was pretty much, long story short, the man was giving her too much power. Translation, the man was giving her all the power. Meaning, well, I'll only go out if you go out. Well, the only reason I'm coming there is because you gonna be there. You see what I'm saying? Woman does not want any power. Don't forget that feminism shit, man. Me and a partner, we got into a conversation about that with him and this girl. Like, women try to say they want everything 50-50. Women only want everything 50-50 when it works out for their benefit and they're not trying to get fucked. Okay, they don't like 50-50 shit. Not a one. None of them want. Like, cause like I said in that example of that island, where that example of the island where you can get whatever you want, but the only catch is you couldn't tell anybody. That island would be completely worthless because a man didn't give her that island. A man wasn't walking up and giving her all that shit. You see, Like Oprah, all them famous women, Oprah or Julia, I like Julia Dreyfus from Seinfeld. See, all them women who got their own shit, Charlize Theron, all them women who got their own shit, it means nothing to them because a man didn't give it to them. And if they watching this, you know I'm telling the truth. If a man had gave it to you, it would have meant so much more. But if when a woman has to go out and do something 50-50 and all that shit, no. She ain't happy. There's not one woman on the planet who is genuinely happy doing everything on her own. She wants okay, if you had to sit a woman down and say, look, you have to choose between doing everything on your own or having a man come do everything for you. And it's guaranteed the man, wouldn't leave you for another woman, blah, 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 blah. Every woman would rather the man do everything for her, period. Well, I mean, not do everything, but buy her all her shit. No woman wants to go out there and work unless she feels insecure about herself. That's just the reality of it, period.
Hey, you need
or she's just broke and she has to go out and work.
drink?
Sure.
Because I want to shoot my shot with you.
Okay.
That was cool.
My mom always told me I was a 9 out of 10, and pretty sure I just found the one I need.
No, okay, that was cool. See, I'm looking at it because I remember when I used to be a beta punk ass bitch. So I'm doing the math on it of where I used to be. See, now that line was probably good. The only part he fucked up was I'm pretty sure. So he's still not sure yet. Like he had to say he had to say I just because see what happened was since he's the 9. See this is what a woman heard in that, and that was good because the fact that he referred to her as a 1. It told her that she wasn't the prettiest thing in the room. That's all a woman's gonna hear. Now, from a man's perspective, we get the math. We do math. But women, when it comes game time, women ain't doing no math. They just trying to figure out what's more valuable. And the fact that he said 1, it devalued her, which humbled her, which is gonna teach her how to act for him now, at least for a little while. See, Steve laughing because he knows that was right. Because I ain't even made this far in the video.
I hope you like Mexican, because I'm finna talk about you all night long to my friends.
He just silly.
I'd offer to buy you a drink, but clearly you're a beautiful, independent woman.
Oh,
So I'll let
she
you
don't
buy
like
me
that.
one.
Nope.
Yeah, nope, she don't like that. I'm telling you, women do not see that independent shit. When it comes time to find a man to fuck them, they don't want no independent. They don't want to be independent women. They want a man to take care of them. I'm telling you, there is not one woman on the planet whose pussy gets wet at true equality. You see, watch her response quick, because you a strong, independent woman. I'm trying to fuck you. You a strong, independent woman. Nope. I don't want that. Watch her. Watch how gangster she shuts him down so fast when he says some shit like that. Because not one woman wants that shit in reality. Every woman wants to be taken care of by a man, period. The only reason they don't is they got low self-esteem because they figure the man could go out and do better than them. So now it's like, oh, well, I gotta work, blah, 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 type of shit. Every woman walking the planet, if she had her own way, she would rather a man take care of her, period.
I'd offer to buy you a drink, but clearly you're a beautiful, independent woman. So I'll let you buy me one.
Nope, don't like that. I knew it. Because I ain't even made this far in the video. And I predicted her shit before she said it. She don't like that. He is done. He's done. He's done. He ain't coming back.
No feminist news. Sorry.
Damn, girl. Are you a final term paper? Because I have not been paying attention, and I'm going to do you all night, and tomorrow I am going to hope for the best.
No, see, he could have had it so he did that hope for the best shit. See, that's still like him being desperate, hoping he pleased her. Like I tell you, man, like I said in other videos, it's a woman's job to please you. It's a woman's job to please you and shit test you to make sure you're still that strong motherfucker that can run shit. It's a man's job to lead and be indifferent. You see what I'm saying? Those are the two. That's the core of the two roles. A woman's job is to shit test you to make sure you're still mentally strong and capable to protect her. She's gonna shit test you and then she's gonna try to please you. Those are women's two places in a man's life. And a man's place in a woman's life is to protect her and be indifferent. Okay, because she knows you want sex. So you don't have to come and say, I want to do you all night long. And blah, blah. She already knows you want sex. That goes without saying. She's been getting hollered at since she was 12 or 13. Okay, whenever she started developing, she's been getting hollered at her whole life. So she already knows you want sex. So there's no point even really bringing that up unless you're trying to say, unless you're strong in a sexual fetish. That's what I did to one girl on the first date. I told her, like, look, I'm dominant. Like I like to humiliate women in sex, blah blah blah. And I told her, like, but I didn't make it like, girl, I want to humiliate you and blah blah. I just told her, like, this is me. This is what I do. And if you don't like it, then cool. And we're still fucking now to this day. So yeah. See, he turned into a joke because he did that. I hope for the best tomorrow. That's where he turned into a joke. Because he still could have got by with what he said. He could have got by, but he turned into a joke at the end when he talking about some and hope for the best. That's where he turned into a joke.
Girl.
Because he's a joke in the beginning, but you can work with that. But after, like, at the end is where he fucked up.
Term paper? Because I have not been paying attention, and I'm going to do you all night, and tomorrow I am going to hope for the best.
Yeah, that tomorrow part, that made him a joke. Look at the girls' faces. Look. Yeah, no. That hope for the best. That part was indecisive. You see, you have to decide.
Do you want to go out with her? You just... All right, that's the end of round one. Zara, you've got your scores. Which 4 guys have game and which pickup lines are lame? It's up to you.
Oh, wow. Well, that was very challenging.
This is so hilarious because, like, man, this woman is 30 and she is so pathetic. She had to have Steve Harvey find her 15 men to date. She is so pathetic in real life that she had to go on live television to get somebody else to go fly out 15 different men for her to pick from. Think about how pathetic that is in reality. You see, that's how pathetic she is. But nobody's asking her these questions. Why did you have to get 15 men appointed to you by a national television show to pick one from? Or can you not find a man in real life? What's wrong with you in reality? You see?
To listen to all of that, but I'm done with term papers. Sorry, that was lame.
This is just
Good job, though.
this is just useless blabber at this point. Because, like, what she says has no what she says has no. Look, she's 30 years old. Ask her these questions. You see, all this does is just reinforce in men's minds that they should try to keep up with a bitch. You see what I'm saying? That they, no matter what, just because she's a woman, just because she has tits and long hair, I should compete for her. He said, ask her these questions. Why are you 30 years old? Like I said, I turned down 2 girls that looked better than her 2 nights ago because they was 30. Right? Well, I also have a backbone too, you see. But
I'm not buying you a drink. I'm sorry.
What? Equality, come on.
yeah, she don't want no equality, bro. She wants equality when it works in her favor. That ain't working in her favor. She got to come out her pocket. Like Chris Rock said, the reason for vaginal dryness is woman had to reach in her pocket.
That one going down to 2.
Luis, Mexican food gives me indigestion, so...
This is just useless blabber. I wouldn't listen to a word she says. Because she's 30 years old. She has no room to talk.
Meeting you. I really appreciated it, but
So we're going to go on to part 2, man. Because ain't nobody like getting ready to watch her just pick through a bunch of betas. I'm making this video to show motherfuckers that how pathetic shit can look. What shit does look in these scenarios.
Now, 4 bachelors remain. Here's how round 2 is going to work. I'm going to lay out a scenario. 2 of you will face off against each other. One was...
So these are the beta survivors. These are the pathetic bunch of men who survived the first round of beta cuts.
Stand here, the other one will stand here. And then you will give your pickup lines, and Zara's going to judge who wins. Whichever 2 men are left standing, they move into the finals. So you guys ready?
This is the beta playoffs. That's what it is.
All right. You guys, you folks...
Glorifying this old-ass bitch.
Okay, here's the scenario.
Look at him. They get warmed up. Look at this fucking idiot with round 2 side. What the fuck? Was that Titus? It is Titus. From, what's that King shit?
Here's a scenario for round 2. You're at a wedding. Zara's at the table. You want to get to know her better. So you scoot your chair over to her and you say what? Let the battle begin.
You know something? This wedding today, it's been really beautiful, but I think ours is going to be even better.
That's fucking creepy as fuck. That's creepy as fuck. Well, she's 30, so it sounds because she's trying to get married. Because she knows her wall's coming. Her time is up. So yeah, to a 22-year-old girl, that would have been creepy as fuck. To a 30-year-old who knows she's been picked over for the last 15 years and is desperate to find a man to marry to keep up with her friends on Instagram, it's a plus for her.
That's great.
You know, I absolutely love this dress that you have. But you know, you look really beautiful in my arms.
Oh. See, at this point, when women start hitting like 28, 29, 30, see, the reality of what happens is if you tell them they look beautiful, it's even more of a it's more of a mark against you. Because the reality of it is, see, women know that they have a physical wall. Like, they know that their looks are not going to last forever. So she knows that if you're looking at her for her beauty, well, her beauty's going to fade, you know, and if she just eats, you know, a couple cheeseburgers and a Diet Coke, it's going to be about over. Either she's going to inflate to 500 pounds or she's going to deflate to where skin is just like hanging off her fucking bones. So like, to her, like, she doesn't want to have to live in the reality of knowing she's getting ready to decline when you've been paying attention to her for her beauty alone. See, like, that's another reason why I say, like, don't ever tell women they look nice. Because then it just makes them, like, have to live up to the shit.
Gosh. You know, Michael, I really did love your pickup line, but I have a little bit of a commitment issue, so that's a little too fast, you know.
Damn, that's brutal, because she's 30 and she's talking about I have a commitment issue. So that's bad on both ends. That was bad, well, because one, that's bad for him because he shouldn't have said some shit that dedicating that quick, I would say. But even then, she's 30 and she still was like, no. Like, she should be trying to get married, like, tomorrow because she's 30 and she still turned him down.
So that was lame.
Hey, that was a good move, though, player.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
Beta playoff elimination round 1, player.
All right, round 2 continues with the last 2 guys. Here's the next scenario, fellas. You're waiting in line at the grocery store. You find yourself standing behind Zara. You lean in and say, what? Let the battle begin.
Hey, excuse me, miss. Do you know if they got gold bonds here? Because I'm itching to get to know you.
Okay.
Yeah, see, me and Steve got the same look on our face.
You talking about that powder they use on old people?
It's like, you don't see, man, when it comes to, I don't use pickup lines. I just talk. So I couldn't tell you, like, because women, they always remember the first thing I said to them. I never remember what I said to them. Like, they remember what I was wearing, what I said. Like, I don't remember shit. I don't remember the day, the time we met, if it was light or dark outside. I don't remember. I'm just me and just hang out in the world. And if something happens, if I got to say some shit to a bitch, and I just say it. But like, see, man, pickup lines, like, just, okay, that's another thing, man. Never use a fucking pickup line. Just talk to a bitch if you got to talk to her. Okay, because once you do this pickup line shit, she is now on a pedestal because she knows that you had to say something witty or you came up with something to get her type shit. So it puts her ego higher. But if you just talk to her like a fucking human, it'll keep her, like, at best she'll be like, you know, at her highest point she'll see herself as equal, which that's how you have to, that's how you got to do women. If you want her to act right, she has to be humble. A woman who is in any type of power or any type of like I said, any type of power over a man because she's pretty and she's dating him, blah blah blah. As soon as a man gives up too much of that, that woman can never respect him. She just can't. Woman only acts right in dating and fucking when she's been humbled, when she's been taken down a few notches. Then it's oh, can I come bring you some food? You can come spend the night if you want. Or you're out drinking with your friends. You can come over if you'd like. You know, you get random texts at like 9:30. Well, I just canceled, so you can come over. I'm free now. Like, see, that's how you see these men. They don't get those texts. They don't get these text messages because they're not humbling the woman. And I can just tell by how their body chemistry, how they just walking. They're putting women on a pedestal. So see, these men never get text messages like, can I help you? Can I come give? Can I bring some food over? Can I do this? Can I? You know, like, women aren't volunteering to come around them because the women don't respect them.
Go ahead.
I hope you don't mind me looking at you. This is the checkout aisle.
That's kind of gangster. Yeah, that was gangster for a beta. Because there was no indecisiveness. He got to the point. There was that was the only thing that set him apart from everybody else. There was no indecisiveness. He made it clear he was looking at the bitch like, I want you, but not like I want to do you all night long. But like, you know, I like at least I like what you look like. And he got straight to the fucking point. That's why I said that. I agree. That was probably about the best pickup line I've heard throughout this whole shit. Everybody else had this kind of like beta, indecisive, I hope you like me type of vibe. Whereas like the way he said was just like straight to the point. I'm like, okay, I was checking you out, so you can like it or not. Like, okay, that's the core of what I'm trying to get at. When you try to approach women, you have to approach them like, okay, either approach them completely naturally, or if you're trying to approach them to make it clear you like them, like you're in a club or some shit. Like, I don't go to clubs, but if you're in a place where you don't have a lot of time to talk to her, you have to make it clear, like you, however you get it across, you have to say it in a way of, I like you, you can take it or not, type of shit. My life is gonna go on without you.
Well, Zara.
Well, Steve, I'm with you on this one. I don't know what else could be causing your itching, you know.
Well, all right, that means that you guys are left. You guys are finalists today. Let's get ready for round 3.
Finalist. You're a finalist for 30-year-old pussy. You're a finalist for 30-year-old. You're a finalist to compete for some 30-year-old pussy that's been ran through, pissed on, spit on, passed up, and left for dead for the last 15 years. You're the finalist contestants. Zara, you know what I'm saying is true, baby. You know what I'm saying is true. They competing for some. How many men them pissed in her face, spit in her mouth, fucking busted nuts in her asshole, pussy and throat, ears, nose. How many times she's been choked, hair pulled, slapped, sweaty man climbed on top of her, drunk, fucking her, she blowing his stinking dick. How many times has she had this at 30? And these men are competing for this used up piece of trash. It's this used up piece of trash dressed like a fucking, dressed like she's somewhat valuable with her ego inflated because these beta men are chasing her. You can't make it up.
Now listen to this. For a chance to win a date with Zara and
to win a date with Zara. To win a date with Zara. Don't you love how these women targeted scripts and shit? Like, you gotta love it. To win a date. You're gonna win a date with a used up 30-year-old. You're winning a date with this. Are you fucking kidding me?
title of game.
And do you know what the reality of it is? She probably can't even suck dick good. Okay, something's wrong with her, because a while since she on this show at 30. They doing all this, and this bitch probably can't even fuck. Her pussy probably stank. She probably can't even suck dick good, or she's probably like a severe annoyance outside. There's a reason why she's alone at 30. Like, this is what men do. Never get in a serious relationship with just don't do it. With these type of women, like I said in other videos, it's really the prettier they are, is worse when they get older and single. Because now it's like, okay, there's a clear reason. Like, you're clearly fucked up if you look this good and you had to go on a live television show to find a man.
Here's your final scenario. Listen to this, fellas. You're on an airplane, and you're squished in the middle seat next to Zara. And you say, what? Let the battle begin.
You say, what? I like how Steve says, what? What? Like Stewie, what? Hey, I'll be real. Like, I've been, matter of fact, I got into an argument with a bitch who looked better than her on my plane flight back to Prague. I'll tell you exactly what happened. And I hope she, because she said she was in the army. Because she was headed to like Africa or some shit. She got stationed in Africa. And we got into an argument over gun laws and shit. And I could tell she was getting mad because I just wasn't agreeing with her. Like I'm not saying gun laws are right or wrong. But I'm saying I think a lot of people own guns and they really don't need to own guns. There's a lot like, and I made the argument that that modern day, like guns now is what kung fu used to be like 20 years ago. It was like the it thing to protect yourself. And then what majority people found out, just like with kung fu and just like with guns now, 95% of people will never even have to touch their guns. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing with kung fu. Like 20, 30 years ago, the it thing, everybody wanted to do kung fu, kung fu, kung fu. Y'all learn kung fu. And then the reality of it was, I mean, most people never used kung fu for self-defense. You see? And I think that's where guns are now. I mean, yeah, there are occurrences, and you'll see some YouTube clips, shit like that. But the overall thing is, modern guns is the same thing like what kung fu was 20 years ago. It's just this overhyped, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just this overhyped, fad that's going on. And like kung fu, just give it time, and people will forget all about it. Just give it time. But the girl, like, she was from Texas. She's like, oh, I own rifles, blah, blah. I said, okay, how many times have you used a rifle? Like, well, none, but what if I had to? Okay, but how many times have you used it? How many times anybody you know on your street corner you? Okay, and I said, look, if you don't feel comfortable living in your house with a rifle, then you need to move to a different house. You need to move to a safer neighborhood. But yeah, the girl pretty much got mad because I wasn't agreeing with the words and she looked better than her on the airplane. For some 30-year-old pussy. For some 30-year-old pussy.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but do you know if there's Wi-Fi on this plane? Because I'm feeling a strong connection.
Yeah, that's how you make the whole flight awkward. Like, because... Yeah.
But here comes Titus.
Do you believe in love at first flight? Because when I look into your eyes, I see my final destination.
Look at the one in the middle. She's mad because she can't get there. See, these women, the women that come into the audience, they see what they dream to be. So look at the woman in the red. So like, she's mad because she won't get half this shit. She'll just be a Tinder pickup at 1 a.m. on a slow night. But like, this is just great. This is great.
Oh my goodness.
There's no lame guys left. We all just need to pick the champion. Who wins the date with Zara? You.
Translation: who wins 30-year-old worn out, used up pussy that can't find a man in real life? Who wins to date this woman? You see, call it what it is. Who gets to win a date with a washed up 30-year-old who can't get a man in real life, and it's been so bad that she had to go on television and have producers go out and find 15 men for her to date? Call it what. She is no prize. If anybody's still watching at this point, like, seriously, this woman is no. She doesn't look horrible, but you got to look past the looks a lot of times and look at the logic of the reality. She's 30. How many men have climbed on top of her drunk, sweaty, spit in her face, piss in her mouth, piss in her face? She drank piss. She licked it up off the floor. Took God knows how many cocks up her ass, down her throat. And none of those men stayed. She's walking down the street just being herself. She still can't get a man that she wants. And now she ended up on television. This woman is no prize. Okay? This woman is a depreciating liability. She is doing nothing but depreciating at this point. Her value is literally going down by the minute. As far as trying to call her some prize, she is no prize. This woman is literally at where she is now. In a total reality, if you like really look at her for what she is for real, unless her husband died like a year ago or something, and she was married for the last 8 years, some shit like that, which they would have said it if that would have happened. This woman is the equivalent of milk that expires by midnight tonight. No, I wouldn't even say that because the milk still tastes good before it expires. I say it's like this woman is like a banana, like a black banana. Like, it's clearly not the best quality, but it's still in the shape of a banana. But it's not gonna be long for that banana just goes bad. I mean, you could probably use it for like some banana bread, like her. She could be a pump and dump, but her like she needs to cherish these moments because there's gonna come to an end of men throwing themselves at her because it's coming to an end, and she wasted all that earlier time riding the CC. I guarantee you.
Have a tough decision.
Pretty even. Okay. I'm gonna go with Carmine. Great job.
We have the champ.
The champ. That's his beta belt. He got the beta belt championship. He got the beta belt.
Thank you, Taka.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Thank you, Desire, for being such a good sport. Beautiful young lady. We'll be right back, everybody.
Congratulations. She even said congratulations. See the entitlement. See, oh my God. Listen to her.
Thank you, Desire, for being such a good sport. Beautiful young lady. We'll be right back, everybody.
Congratulations. You get me after I've been used up by every alpha bad boy on the block. And now I gotta work at getting my pussy aroused for you, you beta bitch. Congratulations. She's not even happy. You see her how she said it. She didn't run and jump in his arms. You see what I'm saying? She ain't smiling. She just picked the best bait out of all of them. Look, she ain't happy. Look at her. She ain't happy about this shit. Congratulations. She ain't hugging him.
Hey,
You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make it up. Like, just watch, just like, watch their nature. Because she knows. If she ever watches video, she knows I'm telling the truth. Just because a man, for the simple fact that a man showed up to something like that, she cannot respect a man who would do something that weak. You see, that is just too weak. Woman wants a strong leader that's indifferent about shit. That's what it is. Or, I mean, be passionate about what he's passionate about, but when it comes to a woman, be indifferent with women. Like I said in older videos, this is why women take pictures in clubs, with around a lot of people, around guys and girls, and see, the reason why they're taking those pictures is because they want a man to be like, they want a man to be in that status circle of always being around people. You see, this is why they do it. Like, their thing, a woman's whole role in the world is to find a male who's a protector. The 4 black girls who I had on last video, I mean, they kept repeating it over and over again. They want to protect her. And then what happened is they can then exchange sex for protection. You see, why is it that women don't go up why is it that women don't go find bums on the street and approach them and want them? You see, or better yet, if your international game is tight, why is it that okay, this is just basic hypergamy. Why is it that German men can marry? I actually got in a conversation with Lorenzo about this. Why is it that German men can marry Ukrainian women, but German women won't marry Ukrainian men? Because now, if you don't know, Western Europe, Germany's Western Europe, and Ukraine is Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe, I mean, I'm not making this shit up. It's just the fucking reality. Eastern Europe has less money than Western Europe. You see what I'm saying? So you already know a man from Western Europe, he can go to Eastern Europe and pretty much have a picking by the end of the week of what woman he wants. Now, a German Western woman, she don't even want to go to Ukraine. All right, it's nothing over there for her. It's nothing over there for her. But for a man, he can go over there and go pull a bad bitch who wouldn't pay him no attention in Germany, and that woman will appreciate it. Well, she appreciates the the protector ability and all that shit like that. It's basic hypergamy, man. But yeah, once a man ends up in shows like this, that man is bottom of the barrel to any woman. To any woman. Once he's done that, that man is bottom of the barrel. And that's just it, man. Bottom of the fucking barrel. But yeah, that's gonna be a video. I rambled all the way through. I gotta get on schoolwork and I gotta fucking figure out other shit. So yeah, I'm ready to click off, man. Have a good day.